At dawn, the sun begins to paint the sky with orange and pink hues, while a group of archaeologists works feverishly at an excavation deep in the jungle. The silence is only broken by the murmur of the wind and the occasional chirping of insects. Maria, one of the archaeologists, with a mix of sweat and excitement on her forehead, slowly lifts a carved stone adorned with intricate symbols. In that moment, she does not realize that she has unearthed a portal to the ancient world, a sacred code that will change her life forever. In the ancient Maya and Aztec civilizations, we find the jaguar glyph, a sacred creature said to be able to traverse the underworld and return. It was not just an animal, it was a spiritual guide, a symbol of power and regeneration. Imagine the anticipation of a warrior entering battle with the protection of the jaguar spirit. The skin bristles and the heart races, a combination of reverential fear and a kind of superhuman bravery, as if their own steps resonated in the earth where the gods once walked. Now, the surprising part. These symbols, far from being dusty legacies of the past, continue to live today in ways you would never imagine. In everyday life, many people bear tattoos of these signs, perhaps without realizing the great power and meaning they contain. They are as common as the air you breathe, yet as dense in meaning as a thunderstorm threatening to unleash its power at any second. It is as if those ink marks are whispers from ancestors through time, uniting the bearer with their roots in an unexpected yet profoundly resonant way. Here is a little scandal to heat up the debate. Some theories suggest that certain pre-Hispanic symbols, specifically in Zapotec art, did not just narrate everyday or religious stories, but concealed astronomical maps and secret war strategies. A visual language coded with the keys to the universe. But be careful, as there are those who argue that seeking them out is merely a neo-colonial distraction, a way to impose modern narratives on what does not need to be unraveled. An intriguing paradox that invites reflection. Question: could your key to spirituality hide tactics of past conquests? However, as we dive into this story of mystery and spirituality, a persistent thought emerges: what were they really trying to tell us? The first time I heard that the stone circle at Teotihuacan was a calendar to guide human sacrifices, a shiver ran down my spine. But, at the same time, I soon discovered that these rituals were deeply symbolic, complex acts of communication with the divine rather than gestures of simple brutality. Imagine being part of that rhythm of life so inextricably linked to the cosmos, where each act was a step closer or further from the deities. In our modern present, the meaning of these symbols oscillates between the mystical and the practical, offering a window into the sacred at a time that sought to communicate with its gods and the invisible forces that governed human destiny. A fascinating complexity that feels almost tactile, like touching water and feeling on the skin the millennia of weight from the river from which it emerged. An enigma sprinkled with questions, but when you finally glimpse an answer, something deep springs to life, transforming your roots into wings. Finally, here we are, on the threshold of the past's mysteries and the infinite possibilities of the future that these pre-Hispanic symbols might open. They are not just stories for museums or drawings in history books, they are the vitality of ancestors imploring that their stories be told and their secrets shared. Now I invite you to join in this conversation, because it is more than just observation. It is being part of a story that invites change, that empowers, and above all, reminds us of our connection to the sacred.